Flight log drama. Really? Seems like a grave misunderstatement.
Do you know who Jeffrey Epstein is?
Could you please give us your name?
My name is Jeff.
If you
By the way, starting off with an instant hot take. If you were invited to Epstein's Island, you would be okay with Epstein's Island. And if you deny this, you deny literally how humans work. This is why secret organizations can't propagate. Because if you get invited to something, you feel special. And, well, of course you're special, so you accept it and you like it, because you're now in the special club. Finally, you're amongst people who understand your value, who understand how special and cherished you are. And if you're so cherished and special, well, of course you can do things that others can't. Why couldn't you? They're just average, but you are so special. Oh yeah, think about that one.
do not know who Jeffrey Epstein is, then I'm gonna fill you in. Alright guys, I'm gonna fill you in pretty
Well, at least he didn't say fill you up.
good, pretty effectively I feel like. From point A to point B. Everyone at this point has heard the name Jeffrey Epstein.
Just moments ago, court documents were unsealed, revealing the names of people associated to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
He's an American financier, friend of the elite around the world. Everyone
Mossad agent.
from William Clinton to Richard Branson, the Virgin Airlines guy, to there's a picture of him standing near Elon Musk. Also Donald Turnip. Okay, everyone. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as well. This guy has a lot of connections and friends.
Prince Andrew.
Okay, I'm not actually okay with a couple of these connections because, okay, so stuff like pictures of people being next to him don't mean anything, okay? You should give the benefit of doubt for everyone. Because keep in mind, these are rich, famous, powerful people. They're not exactly gonna spend their Friday in McDonald's, okay? Next to the vomit pile. Yeah, they're gonna go to places where rich, famous, and powerful people usually typically go. So the fact that he has pictures with a lot of people doesn't exactly mean a lot, honestly. And you know, gonna mention quickly this about Trump, dude. Trump banned him off of his properties way before any of this became known. Okay, so that also means something. It means Trump knew what's happening, but he didn't also do anything. But he at least banned him.
Kennedy Jr. as well. This guy has a lot of connections and friends.
Prince Andrew, former US President Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, and magician David Copperfield. All of their names are mentioned in these previous...
Also, I'm gonna ruin the parade right here. So, the names that you were given were specifically picked, okay? They obviously did not ask the names that you wanted to hear, okay? They just opened up a couple of names. I'm not sure if they even actually have given us the details how long this operation has been going, because this operation has been going a long time. 170 names? Bro, that's literally probably not the last year that the people that he got on board with these shenanigans. Yo, okay? There are so many people, and they gave us the most smallest things and people that they didn't care that will take the fall. Like Michael Jackson, Hawking, they're all dead. It doesn't matter. And the ones that are alive, no one really cares about. Bill Clinton, he's in a wheelchair. Who? It's not like you're gonna put him in jail. The list is literally specifically people that no one cares about. But this shows one thing. How many there are, and how many they are still hiding. And that stuff's insane. And by the way, they literally said Trump was not on the island. So, considering I use X, and by the way, yes, I'm slowly gonna start calling it X because honestly, way easier to say than Twitter. Way easier to say than Twitter. So you can see it trending on X a lot. Some kind of insane liberals just saying, "Oh, look at Trump. He's also a part of this." They literally asked about Trump, and they said no. Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell just said no.
Sealed court documents related to accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
He's kind of the life of the party, or at least we thought, until we found out that he's a massive piece of shit who was convicted of doing a lot of horrible things, and then he died in prison. He died from natural causes in prison. Natural causes in prison. Natural causes. It's an interesting story. He's sort of the Vince Foster of the getting murdered under mysterious circumstances world. The reason that I am talking about this on my channel is because recently, over the last few days...
Oh, he's not gonna elaborate? Well, let me give you the quick rundown. So, extremely high value person gets put in a cell with another guy, and then he hangs himself. Why? Well, because the cameras are mystically not working, obviously for some reason, and the guards are asleep. Which they never do, by the way, and both of them. And by the way, there's no additional guards, no nothing. It's like, you know, yeah. Anyone who says that this wasn't an accident is not living in reality.
The case has been reopened, and there's some documents coming out. There's names being dropped. It's really interesting. We're finding out what people rode Jeffy's plane, what people went to Jeff.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to also highlight one thing that's happening. Now, for some reason, the mainstream media is talking about this. How odd. Because when this happened, when you literally got confirmation that this is happening, the media was kind of just massively calling you crazy for thinking that even saying that children vanish. Children don't vanish. You're crazy. You're a conspiracist if you think that pedophile rings exist and that this is happening. No one cared. But now that these names that aren't even interesting are dropped, wow, now the media suddenly cares an awful lot about telling you about these people. Oh wow, Stephen Hawking. Oh, midgets and ladders and chalkboards, which is a lie, by the way, but, you know, it doesn't really matter because Stephen Hawking is absolute meme in this situation. But yeah, now that there's people that can take the attention that no one cares about, the media is really, really on board about talking about this situation. Strange how they were completely denying its existence at the very start. Also, no one has asked about their names, you know, the people who are leading the mainstream media.
Jeffy's Island, what those people who went to the island were doing.
Overnight, more Jeffrey Epstein-related documents were unsealed following a first batch that included names of famous people associated in some way with Epstein, including the actor Kevin Spacey, magician David Copperfield, supermodel Naomi Campbell, former presidents Trump and Clinton.
It's interesting.
Bruh. You gotta give it to the mainstream media. Even a child can open up the docs and, you know, control F Donald Trump until they find Donald Trump and then read what they're saying. Has Donald Trump been on the island? No. Has he? No. Is he up? No. You gotta love the media, boys. You gotta love it.
Clinton.
It's interesting. There's a lot of people who are being thrown under the bus, let's say, by this legal team. So this is a very serious topic, and I'm not the most educated person and probably the least qualified person to be talking about this, to be honest. But if you guys want to see more content like this, smash like. I'm not educated on all ins and outs of this. I'm gonna do my best though. Okay, guys. By the way, Jeffrey Epstein did not do that thing to himself or whatever, you know. But Vince Foster did.
As I tried to explain, especially to the young people on the staff, there is really no way to know why these things happen. And it is very important that his life not be judged simply by how it ended, because Vince Foster was a wonderful man in every way, and because no one can know why things like this happen.
This is a complicated situation. There's a lot of misinformation being circulated, and there's 900 pages of unsealed documents that my team has weeded through to show you guys. So sit back, grab...
How can your team weed through 800 pages of unsealed documents? If they're unsealed, that means they're not publicly available.
some popcorn, and here's the highlight reel of the Jeffrey Epstein document expose epic extravaganza thing. Another thing, just because I mentioned someone's name doesn't mean that they were implicated in the crimes or involved in the terrible proclivities that are associated with Jeffrey and his island. The island.
I wonder how deep this goes. For example, Jimmy Kimmel's name was not on the list, but his best friend was. And well, I don't know how inept in life you are, but if your best friend does stuff like that, you probably honestly know about that. 9 times out of 10, you probably know if what your best friend's doing and blah blah blah. So yeah, nice.
Of Jeffy. Also, by the way, not a fucking lawyer, so take everything I say with a massive grain of salt, like a big chunk, and I'm gonna do my best to digest this, process this in an unbiased and knowledgeable way. By the way, I'm not gonna be unbiased. I'm going to be biased. I'm gonna be a little bit biased. We will open this by dispelling rumors and misinformation, things that we can prove are not real. There are a lot of pages to go through here. There's over 940 pages of unsealed documents as of today. That is the 8th of January. To hammer down on the vast amounts of misinformation, it is a literal jungle out there, and it's gonna be difficult to find specific stuff, but we're gonna try to counteract the people that are just saying virtually anything and allege that it's somewhere in these 948 pages, just hoping that someone's not gonna go through. We're gonna try to dispel some falsities. To set the stage, it is important to note that Virginia Giuffre is the woman who is essentially at the center of a lot of these documents coming out, because she's the one.
Oh, was this the one with Prince whatever?
Suing Jizzy Maxwell, Jeffrey's wife, or wife, I don't know, is she even still alive? I'm not even sure. And this is with another woman known as Joanna Schoberg. There are a ton of transcripts from her deposition. These are both testimonies from victims that dominate all the Epstein files. Now, moving past that, a lot of the misinformation we've seen in regard to the Epstein files is being spread.
Oh, by the way, probably something that people don't really understand is, wait, how can there be victims? Shouldn't they be, like, you know, offed? You don't necessarily need to do that. That's not necessary. You can technically do that, but I mean, if that, think about this from this perspective. Imagine this girl is working essentially for you for, like, I don't know, 10 years, and she's doing this stuff. She's already fine with it. Her life has completely changed. This is part and parcel. She's technically no longer most likely a threat, because she knows if she says anything bad, she's just gone. You know, she can be further. There are so many reasons why if something like this happens and it happens long enough that you can just keep these people around. A good example of a similar situation, but psychologically similar situation, is where someone kidnaps someone, and then and keeps them enclosed, encaged, or you know, in some form of you know, they're just somewhere there in the basement or whatever, right? And that happens for like 10 years, right? And then one day they just decided they can put on a dress on her and take her outside. And a lot of those victims don't try anything. They don't try to contact help. They don't try to yell for help. They don't try to, run away or anything. Yeah, some do. And you hear about that, but the reality is most don't. You see how easy that stuff works?
On the internet town hall known as Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. It's called X now. Elon Musk purchased this website for $44 billion, but it is now worth 12. That is it.
Yeah, that is very believable. Makes more revenue, makes more stuff worth less. Believable.
Massive L. Moving on past Elon Musk, a lot of the unsealed documents are transcripts of depositions. Mentioned that a bit ago. People are just creating their own depositions that look real and are successfully fooling some people into believing their authenticity. Take the Krasenstein brothers, for example, Ed and Brian. They are two vocal people on Twitter who are not fans of Elon.
That actually literally proved paid Democrat shills, by the way, if you did not know. yeah, there's videos of them talking about it. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, the Democrats have a lot of people on payroll for being Twitter shills. It is what it is.
They used to be known as Trump reply guys, and apparently they're really cringy and they do a lot of really... Twitter is just so bad. The whole thing just sucks. It just fucking sucks. People who disagree with these Krassenstein brothers politically, whether it's a joke or whether it's with malicious intent, have put them into deposition statements claiming that they were involved with Epstein. Look at this epic tweet from MAGA Elvis.
Breaking, my Krassenstein brothers was confirmed on the island, and it's worse than we thought.
Oh yeah, I saw this. This was literally day one. It was hilarious.
On a news.
Did you ever see the Krassenstein brothers on Epstein Island? Yes, I did. Did they ever have S with any of the girl? No.
No.
But you said
With
earlier
each
that they had
other.
S while on the island. Yes, they did have S, but they only had S with each other. What the heck? Aren't they brothers? Yes, they are. Wow, that's F. The Krassensteins are libtard.
Dude, the fact that people, by the way, buy it, and you understand Q means the person questioning or the question in general. I'm not sure if Q is questionnaire or the question. Usually, I think it's questionnaire, but the answer or answerer. So, dude, Q. Wow, that's fun. That would never be there. Dude, if you fall for this, that's crazy. Wow, that's effed up.
Yes, they are. Wow, that's F. The
That's good.
Krassensteins are libtards, by the way, if you couldn't tell by MAGA Elvis's epically fake deposition there. I think that he's not a liberal, to be honest. That guy doesn't care for this. I don't know if MAGA Elvis created this image or if they just saw it and then shared it with their own followers. It's not real. It's very fake.
I don't remember who... Dude, that original tweet had way more views than that, so this is just a repost.
Couldn't tell if you search the documents Krassenstein, there's nothing in there. Some people, in fact, have questioned the legitimacy of these claims. Is this for real? I don't think so. Also, I don't think anyone in a deposition says what the f. Mainly, I just thought that was funny. We're dispelling rumors. We're legends on this channel. We keep it unbiased here. After we found this, luckily, community notes also absolutely annihilated most of the people that are posting this fake 6969 page thing. The Krassenstein brothers. They are handsome guys. They got nice teeth. Community notes for the win. We are not an Epstein list. I can confirm this 100%. With that said, at least 43% of my last name is exactly the same as the last 71% of his name, and I once had my attorney with the last name Epstein. The f does that mean? A lot of the misinformation is just jokes. For example, Keemstar tweeted, YouTuber Boogie2988 is on the list. He's insinuating that Boogie...
I mean, true.
2988 is on the Epstein list before he sues me. Joking. It is obviously a joke. Kind of feel bad for...
Doesn't Boogie not have enough money to sustain himself, not just joking?
Boogie, honestly, because a lot of the replies are just bullying him. He definitely looks like he's on a predator list. This is the least surprising thing I've ever seen.
Isn't his girlfriend, like, currently 18 or something like that? I don't remember, but yeah, I mean... He's so fat and close to that you know, it's like, hey, if you're gonna go crazy, might as well do it now.
He's just a fat guy. What?
There was one girl that I dated. She liked a lot of childish things. She liked rubber ducks. That's why I have some of these rubber ducks. And one of my favorite memories with her is us sitting in this tub, her playing with rubber ducks, as I washed her, and then when we got out, I took her to bed.
We're kind of rocking the same beard right now, me and Boogie. Now, moving on to...
Yeah, that's one of my fears. I need to chop this down. Beards are disgusting.
Potentially the most egregious example, potentially egregious example of someone being associated with Epstein's list at the spread of a rumor, the spread of a misinformation, is my least favorite late night host, Jimmy Kimmel. Aaron Rodgers said that Jimmy Kimmel had connections to Epstein and his island and all that shit. He made
well, technically he does
a joke about it.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right.
Aaron Rodgers says he can't wait to pop some bottles when Jimmy's name is
By the way, the FBI have tapes, so you know it is what it is.
Revealed on the list. He's accusations. They're just jokes. It seemed like Jimmy did not take them lightly. He's very upset. It's understandable. I'd be disgusted to be associated with Jimothy Epstein. He responded on Twitter saying this: "Dear asshole, for the record, I've not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein. nor will you find my name on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brain wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality.
Dude, you gotta love Jimmy Kimmel, how absolutely insane this guy is, and how he thinks he's completely normal. It's great.
You're reckless.
But that's the funny part about being insane. Maybe I am some kind of absolutely crazed wacko who's currently actually drooling from the side and hitting his head against something. But I don't know, because in my mind this is currently happening. Maybe you're insane and you don't know it. This is the crazy part about being insane. You don't know if you're insane.
Birds put my family in danger. Keep it up and we'll debate the facts further in court. He's like insinuating he's going to sue him. Valid, honestly, valid, completely valid. I feel like there's boogers in my nose, I think I have boogers in my nose.
Yeah, noses tend to have boogers. It's like literally how noses work.
Absolutely upset. It's misinformation though. He's not named. Nothing was unsealed. Aaron Rodgers is a bit of a buffoon. I had a cool mustache a couple years ago, but a bit of a buffoon. Other than that, super easy to disprove. Yet again, by the way, you can just search Kimmel in the document search of all the pages of the Jeffrey Epstein thing. There's no Kimmel. Actually, I take that back. There are 3 mentions of Kimmel, but they're not Jimmy Kimmel. It's some other guy. Even old Rob Schneider let it rip on Jimmy Kimmel. You, Jimmy Kimmel, asking for hospitals to not treat unvaccinated patients and letting them die in hospitals' corridors was dangerous, wrong, and shameful. Fed into people being fired, demonized, and ostracized. And you never apologize. And now we're just devolving back into 2020. That was a Rob Schneider.
We never left. We never left.
Impression, but I think that maybe it was just really offensive. You can do it. That's what I was like, you know, the you can do it thing. You can do it. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. So we're going back to the, yeah, he doesn't like unvaccinated people though. Jimmy Kimmel doesn't like people who are unvaccinated. By the way, Jimmy Kimmel isn't squeaky clean. There's a bunch of shit that he's a comedian. He did blackface and stuff. I'm not, he's allegedly behaved inappropriately with women.
Tell us what you think of the statue. I mean, do you think that she's
understandable,
attractive or not?
Yeah, I don't really know. It's like, that's what people are saying. It's inappropriate behavior. Seems like clown behavior. Seems like maybe it's a bit or something we just don't understand the full context of. I really don't know. At what point do jokes go too far? It's not for me to say. Beyond just Jimmy Kimmel, one of the last and potentially the funny.
Okay, Jimmy Kimmel's best friend was Epstein Island's cook. Okay? This is how anyone with half a brain can easily connect the dots and say, yeah, he knew what's up.
Funniest examples of misinformation being spread around has to do with someone whose name,
like, the chances that he did not know anything is as close to 0 as possible.
Does actually appear in the document. It is Stephen Hawking. You've seen the memes. I'm sure you've seen the memes.
All right,
True.
clear. I'm telling you, man, this shtick is getting so old. That chair smells, dude. Hey, Steve, surf's up. Bitch.
This shit is wild. There are a ton of memes about Stephen Hawking being present at the Epstein Island. In the actual unsealed documents, there is an email from Jeffrey to Ghislaine Maxwell asking for her to find someone to come forward to disprove allegations of Stephen Hawking being a participant in an underage O-word. Now that is a disproval email. That's something that Jimothy and Jizzy were known to work around. They had to disprove these sorts of things amongst their friends so they could keep the bit going. Their favorite bit, which is being fucking freaks. I've got to say, Jeffy is bad at spelling. If you need me to translate this, because his spelling is so bad, I will. Jeffy is asking Jizzy to offer an award to any friends or acquaintances or family members that will deny the legitimacy of one of Virginia Guffrey's allegations made. Virginia, once again, is the victim that appears basically at the center of all these unsealed documents. As a result of his name just being in...
Dude, again, if there's one lesson that you have to learn for this is just get rid of them at the end. Just get rid of them at the end. I mean... literally, if you look it up, you know how many children go missing without any trace in the world every year? Literally millions. Literally millions.
Any of this, it has been memed into oblivion. There are a bunch of fake depositions. Here's one. Hold on one sec. Wait, are you telling me that Stephen Hawking frequented the island for pleasure? Yep. Jeffrey loved to have intellectuals visit the island so he could reward them for their
this is the good one.
hard work for humanity and for other darker reasons. Did Jeffy ever talk to you about Stephen Hawking proclivities? Yes. He liked watching undressed midgets solve complex equations on a too high up chalkboard. That is
that is the best.
Funny at all. By the way, here's some epic memes.
That is hilarious.
I'm eating a Pop-Tart because it's late and I'm really hungry and I'm running out of energy. Now to Jeffy's Island of Horrors.
There's actually an even better one, honestly. There's one where there's someone in a wheelchair who's actually seems paralyzed or something like that is driving a boat stuck behind him. It's like a boat. It's just, you know, he's like trucking a boat. And the text is, Stephen Hawking is writing, I'm almost there. We already left with the boat. And Steve Hawking replies, no problem. And it's the meme, and he's like dragging the boat toward it. Oh baby, that's good stuff.
It's late and I'm really hungry and I'm running out of energy. Now to Jeffrey's Island of Horrors. Little St. James Island was Jeffrey Epstein's private domicile, Jesse style.
This is my own private domicile and I will not be harassed. Bruh.
Many celebrities would come visit and meet and gather for strange, prestigious parties. Illuminati type shit. I hate rich people. It's important to note that what actually happened on the island, few will know for sure, and us as the public will probably never really be able to find out the 100% truth. Because so many people
Hey, never stop asking. The real names are there.
Inspired to sweep this under the rug for such a long time. One thing that the public,
and also, we need to get these Oprahs in jail or whatnot, because the thing is, these people probably know all the other people who were also on there but who did not get named. So, you know, get them in jail, they start talking, because in the end they're all just in it for themselves, and there you go.
Absolutely does know now is that horrible things happen there. Incredibly illegal, disgusting, dark, depraved things. The resort had frequent visitors. It was raided by the FBI after Jeffrey's arrest. Only they got to see the horrors. The public was left in the dark. The island had underground tunnels, as you can see from these pictures here. A lot of you know that the wealthy are always concerned about Armageddon. For example, Mark Zuckerberg building his fucking bunker.
Well, only recently, at least, Mark Zuckerberg. What's his face? Bill Gates. Yeah, he has a lot of bunkers all over the place.
Or wherever the hell he's building this bunker at. I don't even know. Dude, I don't do research. All right, I just gave up on that a long time ago. The point is, the island had tunnels. We don't know if Jeffrey Epstein intended on having like an underground bunker or something like that, or it's literally as simple as being able to do bad things away from the eye of the public, because you don't want to have...
Well, yeah, if you're hosting multiple people at a time, dude, okay? Let's do the math here. Millions of kids disappear every year without any trace. If those kids don't actually get deleted, what's the point of just, you know, getting a million, snatching up a million kids every year? It's pointless, right? That's because obviously, hey, do you think it just stops with reproduction activities? No, it's torturing and other stuff, obviously. Like, get a grip, obviously.
Have illegal shit going on where someone could fly a little drone over or something like that.
And if you have other visitors, well, some of them don't want to hear babies screaming as they're being boiled alive or whatever they're doing.
For example, a bunch of people have snuck onto the island and visited the famous white and blue box.
That's me running towards the satanic temple of the evil billionaire Jeffrey Epstein on his private island swarming with security.
We did it. We did it.
We have this blueprint of what's inside that little ugly blue building, but no one but the FBI.
Oh yeah, yeah, blueprints. Yeah, that seems reliable on a private island.
And the absolute depraved creatures that visited the island will ever know what's in there or what's underground. One thing that's interesting is while the FBA was raiding the island, a fellow used a drone to record some footage.
The drone recorded footage and all of that stuff is completely useless. Anyway, oh, this is the lawyer who called this all anti-Semitic. That's a good one. Obviously, of course it is. Anyway, this was Quizzer Sid, and thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye bye.